Alright, alright, alright. So, today, welcome to the stream. So today we'll be streaming the Stage 1 final games and we'll be following King versus Feast. Things are starting to look heat up here, but today's games doesn't really matter other than, I believe, seeding, as both of these teams would go on to the next stage regardless of today's result. So yeah, we'll take a look at how today's how the games today, hopefully they're exciting, hopefully provide some sort of entertainment value for us. So yeah, hopefully things go well. We're currently waiting for the king guys to fully arrive, and everybody else to ready up at the same time. Um, we'll be playing on the maps Fort Despair, Port Bay, and Mine Ruins. Mine Ruins being the tiebreaker if we actually need to go there. But otherwise, we'll be starting on Fort Despair. And we're waiting for both teams to fully ready up with their proper lineup. So I believe we're 1 minute away from the official starting time. And both teams are now fully arrived, so we'll just be waiting for them to fully ready up in their desired lineup. So both teams are ready. We're ready to go into the first Fort Despair game. King bring 202 eyes for True Crown Dragon and a Mouse, while Feast bring quadruple eyes for one a double mouse. Okay, things are a bit interesting this time around. As both teams taking quite a unique lineup for the current meta. But yeah, other than that, things are looking pretty standard in Fort Despair as a really heavy map. So yeah, we'll be enjoying some heavy tank versus heavy tank pure action. So Feast, as usual, will be going for a corner push of triple IS4 with a Sugu in the IS4. The last IS4 being taking an encounter cap areas. Very standard stuff from them. While the mouses are sitting just behind, just to protect him from any, you know, any funny business from King. Doesn't seem like King are actually gonna be doing much of a funny business unless they'll be pushing right away. Mr. M. Elon Musk? I don't know. How should I pronounce it? I'll say Elon. Alright. Elon. Mr. Elon here taking a bit of hits from the Yo. While Hit is surprising now consisting the cap. So, things are a bit, messy already. But Elon's gonna go down very, very soon as he go down right now. Next is very Morthic. In the Crown Wagon. That should go down very, very soon. He's taking a double tap. Anybody has a third tap goes down. Bifrost takes him down. Winter Froxen is now sitting in the cap, taking the focus fire of King, but he passes a shot, which the enemy eyes for does not. Sugu is also pretty low, so if he has 2 low health tanks right now, as opposed to 1 low health tank from King, Winter Fox, the IS4 does go down, but Winter Fox is still living in borrowed time. Winston Churchill is now dead as well in the E100. So it's now basically a 3 vs 7 for King. I feel like King dropped the ball a bit there as they were unable to focus fire early on and extending quite a bit too much of the Crown Wagons early on. So now even though Roadblocks and Winter Fox goes down, it's really Feast game to clean up right now. And if King is able to take down Sugu, that might be a bonus, but I wouldn't expect too much from them. Okay, Dalai takes down Sugu, but he's now taking down straight away. So it's the mouse extremist left, 1 vs 4 situation, and I don't think he's gonna be able to win that in any time of the day, especially when there's 2 mouses worth of hit points to chew through. So this is a really comfortable win for Feast. He just basically did the standard thing and wait for King to make a mistake, and it instantly punishes that. And there's really not much surprise going on, I believe. And it was a pretty confusing fashion, 7.8k hit points in the end versus 0 of Kings. Feast take 1-0 up. As we can see, like, okay, there's some, like, even though, Elon basically got taken down so early because he was overextending himself. He took 2 shots from the Yo, which is, Z-Pack. And Z-Pack in the end actually did a lot of damage, in the Yo. Actually, that proving that tank to be very, very nice in a sort of a punishing situation. So if you aren't able to take him down, you're taking 900 damage every like 20 seconds or so, and that's gonna be very, very painful in the side, especially given how painful like that tank can clip. And everybody in Feasty pretty nice with Roadblock and Winter Fox are probably the exceptions with slightly lower than average pen rate. But other than that, like everybody in Feast carry their own weight. Everything goes all right, in my opinion. As in, well, for King, they basically lost the early game as they basically threw away the crown very early on. And that basically sealed the deal for the things. Elon basically been very, very aggressive, and in a low health situation as well. That cost him quite a bit of. That basically meant he got instantly focus fire, and Feast were able to take a very, very early very, very early tank advantage, and basically from there it just snowballs down into Morphic, and then the IS4 who. And yeah, just keep snowballing until basically King runs out of tanks to play with. So very nicely done from Feast right there. So we will now be switching sides and we're returning back to Fort Despair once again to witness the second round of this match. Feast is ready up in 4 Yos. I'm not sure if that's a legitimate lineup or is that a meme. I don't know. Probably a meme at this stage as how easy the first game actually went for them. Actually prompt them to take a bit more of a aggressive or more of a ballsy lineup, um, as they just try to play with King at this stage. So quadruple Yos, 2 eyes full, 1 mouse for Feast, and in the King side of things is one of each basically, except double mouses. Um, Still pretty standard within the realms of King. Feast is definitely taking something that is a bit memeish. Um, as we can see them, they're actually going into the middle of the map. Might actually be going as A as well. But quadruple M4 Yos, M6 Yos, that was gonna be very painful for anybody who meets this tank first. Might actually even be like 2 second deletion because this is 3.6k damage literally on the move in 2 seconds. Adelaide taking a bit of hits as well at the start. It is surprised taking a bit of a hit as well, but isn't much going in the trades for both teams, so not much to worry at the early stages of the game. Feast does get B though, so that means that they got a very healthy cap advantage. That they don't have to worry about too much, and they can just sit back, use that 3.6k clip, 2 second clip, and just wait anybody to come in. They can even delete mouse at this point in 2 seconds if they actually all aim their shots. Morphic taking a bit of baiting, not really much to talk about right now because both King is now trying to find possible entries, and it doesn't really have any success, but they're gonna get C. Hopefully, Nameless doesn't get reset anymore, otherwise he's going to not get the cap for King. Actually be better leaving Morthic to take the cap instead. But other than that, Feast now has a very healthy cap lead of 140 cap points, and basically King will have to be the ones that push it and take at least 2 kills, because only that 2 kills would equalize the cap points, or even get a cap someone to be. But it doesn't seem like they don't really have the freedom to do so, because 3.6k clip damage is just waiting in the middle, is waiting for you to make a move. So if you make a move, you're risking yourself for 3.6k damage coming your way. So yeah, it just all depends on how Feast wants to dictate the gameplay, because now Feast has all freedom of controlling the pace of the gameplay on how they want King to push in or stuff. Like King obviously can go full in or goes very slowly, but that shouldn't affect the Yos on dishing out damage. And they should still be able to delete any tank from King relatively easily, regardless. So things are gonna be looking a bit calm before real shit happens. So it's gonna be going a bit slow as well. And I believe King taking a 2x8, it would make that push into the Yos a lot more difficult, because if you're taking a 2x8, you're sort of presuming you get the cap advantage to begin with, and that's not really the case that actually happened. So Winston will have to make a move one way or another. He can't sit back and farm, because all of Feast right now is really tucked in, and there isn't anything for him to be shooting at, unless he really wants, unless he's going in. So now cap points is 700 for Feast, 580 around 580 for King, and it's not looking very good for them as well. So they will have to make a move sooner rather than later. But right now, as they do not really collect a lot of information of Feast setup, the Feast feels could be anywhere in their minds. But it seems like they are going to be settling with B push in the last second. They might have to be careful though, because of such a cap lead for Feast. Just a mere cap shot will not stop it. They will have to actually step into the cap and fully cap it if they want to have any chance of winning this game. But it seems like Dalai is taking a bit of hits. Nameless is going in as well, so that's gonna be 60 hit points on the play right here. Not sure if that's gonna take it, but Elon is taking a big hitting. He's taking 1.60 damage very quickly, and he's tracked as well. He's now a 2-shot basically for anybody in Feast. Winter Fox will be able to take Elon down, and he does go down. He should go down anytime soon. He does go down right now. King managed to take B cap, but that cost him 1 tank. That might come in. That might come in to bite them back in the later stage of the game, as they lose another E5 as well. So it's not 5 versus 7, but they aren't able to convert the kills. They want to kill B Frost, which they does. But Dalai in the mouse is about to go down. Northic goes down first. Dalai in the mouse is also about to go down. That would give Feast more cap points. Now Feast is only 40 cap points away from winning. Hidden Surprise also capping B cap. That means Feast are destined to win this matchup unless King is able to make a very quick kill. Nameless bounce that shot. That's not gonna help with the kills in any way, shape, or form. And it doesn't seem like Adelaide is able to cap stop B. So this game is gonna go to Feast, regardless of whatever happens in the next 10 seconds. And Nameless goes down. Feast takes a game. Is a 2-0 match point for Feast. So this time around, the Yos did a lot of damage from Feast. They instantly deleted quite a few tanks, as you can see. Z-Pack doing the top damage once again. With everybody in Feast contributing a fair share amount of damage. Again, there are some outliers in terms of pen ratios and stuff, but all in all, Feast did pretty alright in terms of damaging the enemy tank. Same with King, they also did alright. It's just that they were forced to push into quadruple Yos, and that did not bode well. As we can see, Elon only did 800 damage, only able to put 2 shots in. So that already basically demonstrated how deadly the Yos were in taking down one tank very, very rapidly, and having 2 tanks advantage 20 seconds into a push. That does not speak amazing in any shape or form. So yeah, like, that is something you do not want at all if you're able to avoid it. So yeah, like, Feast getting like 140 worth of 140 cap points lead, it does not bode well, because that meant, like, if Feast got less cap lead, that might actually still be doable for King. But since Feast got 140 cap lead, that means King has to spend more time setting the B cap instead of just trying to cap stop a bit and then get advantage, and then can full focus on the fight. And also taking 2x in King's side, that also contributed a bit, as that basically meant King have to push in with the TD as well, which is not made for pushing. So in that case, taking 2x was a slight mistake against a Feast holding, because that meant Feast Yos can also double down as a TD in that situation, instantly destroying tanks, replacing a TD shop. So that sort of explains why a TD isn't really that favorable in the current meta nowadays, because you could technically have Clipper tanks act as TDs in certain situations if you position them correctly. And with TDs having less hit points than an average heavy tank, you could do disgusting things like that, deleting one tank very, very quickly, and make enemies regret them taking a TD. So yeah, things did not look well for Feast in any way, shape, or form, and it's now match point for Feast. So King has to fight their way into, try to fight back, So I believe you're now ready into the possibly last round of this first stage, where Feast now is in match point, taking 3 Yos, 1 Crown Wagon, 1 E5, 1 T22, 1 IS4, as opposed to double Crown Wagon, 1 U100, 1 Mouse, 1 T22, 162, and 1 E5. Again, one of all sorts from King. I'm not sure if their plan this time around is well accommodated for Feast Yos again, but it seems like dropping the TD was a good idea, because that did not bode well with last round. Dalai and Hu is now crossing the river against Sugu. They might be able to put 1 or 2 shots in, unable to connect the shot. Now Hidden Surprise might actually be able to punish him, but he doesn't seem like he's able to connect the shot as well. So, well, that's unfortunate. But Winston is about to be pushing in very aggressively in his E5, and that might see him lose quite a bit of hit points going in. And he does lose quite a bit of hit points, getting focused by every single tank in Feast. The Yo's gonna kill him, I believe. Yo's got him tracked, and he's unable to contribute anything to this match. Before Feast even took a lot of damage, but now, like basically now, King's gonna be working with a very very strong disadvantage, and their mouse is flanking. Are you sure to have a mouse flanking? Is actually part of the plan? But regardless, Sugo's now in the slight trouble right now as he's getting focused, but he bounced that shot. Dalai should be able to take him down if he connect that shot. Frost does take him down. It's gonna be a T63 versus C110 E5 in the C quarter, while in the C cap, Elon just gone down. Adelaide's now getting focused. Is now Mouse E100 and the Crown versus 5. And it's not looking well for King in any way, shape, or form. Adelaide goes down. His surprise is about to go down as well. He's now 1 shot. He should go down anytime soon. He does go down, but it's gonna be a 2 tank versus 4, and I don't think King would win this fight. And even the fight at C corner doesn't look well for King as well. So it's now a 2 versus 5, and I think Feast is gonna take a 3-0 clean sweep against King. As you know, as they show us pretty convincing gameplay today. Definitely solid gameplay. A bit of a meme as well with the Yos, I guess. But other than that, yeah, I feel like they show us very very solid gameplay. There's a one-shot Frost versus T3. It doesn't seem like T3 is giving up just yet, but his days are numbered, and the most he can do is just sit there and enjoy the last minutes of your life, as you're gonna be pushed by 4 tanks from 3 different directions, and there's 3 Yos coming your way. There's no way 6 shots will bounce on him, right? There we go. It's a 3-0 for Feast. Doing 1k less, less than 1k damage. So yeah, like, think does not look well for King. So, yeah. So Feast would win over King in this matchup, and potentially take the higher spot in seeding, I believe. I'm not too sure about that. I believe it does. King will still go on to the next round. That doesn't really matter at this stage. Like, they will still go on to the next round, but they probably will have the less seeding as they lost to Feast. But yeah, like, it was good showing from Feast, and I guess a bit disappointing from King. By how I would say it was a bit of a poor play from King's regard. So yeah, I hope they can improve for the future matches. Otherwise, they won't be able to get into the top 4, and give a taste of that potential $200 cash prize pool. But yeah, like, things are looking good, as things are starting to heat up in Clan Wars Asia. So that will be it for today, as that was the last match of the group stage. But yeah, there's really, the next matches should be from next, I don't know, Monday maybe. I'm not too sure. Let me watch it again. Let me see the match again. No, actually, the matches will be on Sunday, which I won't be able to stream it, so I will only be able to stream the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So Monday, lower bracket 1, lower bracket 2 on Tuesday, and the finals of stage 2 on Wednesday. So things are heating up slowly, which I feel like it's pretty nice. So yeah, I hope you guys can keep an eye on that then.